With Fox now owned by Disney and Sony trying to attach its Spidey flicks into Disney's MCU, the entire ecosystem of comic book superhero movies is down to two studios, Warner Bros. And Disney, and two franchises, DC Films and the MCU. Between Marvel Studios, Sony and Fox, there's a lot of movies coming on the way. In this video, we have compiled every single film you can expect over coming years from these three studios based on Marvel Comics. And in case you have missed it, check out our previous video from our channel for a list of all movies coming from the other camp, DC and Warner Bros. Please subscribe to our channel to get notified for our next video, which will feature a list of all TV shows based on Marvel and DC Comics. The year 2020 is first time in more than a decade without a single Marvel Studio film in release. Though the year was meant to usher in phase 4 of Marvel Cinematic Universe, the effect of real worldwide pandemic had halted the company's momentum, as release date had to be postponed due to safety concerns and production shutdowns. But all pandemics end, right? And though completely delayed, phase 4 will still enter into theaters with Black Widow. And once it finally makes its way into the theaters, Marvel's domination of box office chart will no doubt resume. Also, Phase 4 will begin on small screen this year with Disney Plus series WandaVision due out in winter 2020. We have a video on TV shows from DC and Marvel coming up next week. So please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to get notified when that video goes up. As always, we will continue to update our Instagram page frequently as new details emerge. So please follow us on Instagram and connect with us on Twitter. Links are given in your description. Anyways, bring on the movies. First on the list is Sony's Morbius. Sony's Morbius, the living vampire movie, has finished its filming and is set to release in March 2021. Jared Leto plays Michael Morbius, a doctor who tries to cure himself of rare blood disease but instead imbues himself with vampire-like traits, including a lust for humans' blood. Morbius is directed by Daniel Espinosa and will also star Matt Smith. Initially slated for July 31st of this past summer, this flick was supposed to connect the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters into Disney's Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was in Spider-Man issue 102 that Marvel comic fan had a chance to learn about the backstory of this character. Born and raised in Greece, Dr. Michael Morbius was originally Nobel Prize winning biologist who had been motivated in his work by a lifetime of suffering from rare blood disease that resulted in him having a deformed appearance. His desire to cure himself unfortunately led him to experiment on himself, and doing so transform himself into a living vampire, a being technically still alive and with intense aversion to sunlight and never-ending desire to consume blood. Morbius was definitely a villain when he was first introduced in the comics and later served as an antagonist for Spider-Man. But over the years, his role has changed and he has become more of an anti-hero in the comic, Black Widow. This prequel set between Captain America Civil War and Avengers Infinity War is intended to give late Natasha Romanoff a swan song and potentially introduce Yelena Belova as a new Black Widow. First revealed in January of 2018 with Jack Schoffer writing the script. The film became Marvel's fast-track project ever with Lois Kate Shortline signing on to direct in July of 2018. Set after Captain America Civil War, the plot sees Natasha Romanoff returning to the former Soviet bloc to deal with some unrevealed issues and face a spy family. What we know for sure is that the film will serve as a passing of baton from Natasha to Yelena and a last hurrah for Scarlett Johansson, who will leave the MCU after the project. Flashback to Nat's training in Avengers Age of Ultron ties back to the ideas explored in the short-lived Marvel television series Agent Carter, in which a Soviet-trained deep cover agent is assigned to assassinate Peggy Carter, Urf Hayley Atwell. Investigating the operative, Peggy discovers the brutal facility charged with creating this sleeper agent using the method teased in Ultron's flashback. Both Nat and Yelena came out of this program known by that time as the Red Room. And it sounds like Yelena will continue Black Widow's journey once Natasha leaves the MCU. Sony's Venom, Let There Be Carnage. Venom 2 will see writer Kelly Marcel returning to pen the script, and Venom 2 will be in theaters in summer 2021 and will see proper introduction of popular villain Carnage aka Cletus Cassidy, and is also rumored to have Shrek. Originally scheduled for October 2nd, 2020, Andy Serkis will direct second Tom Hardy as Eddie Brook action comedy fantasy. Venom There Will Be Carnage is an odd conundrum as it was huge hit partially because of its willingness to embrace its badness and relish its absurdity. Woody Harrelson as Carnage and Naomi Harris as Shrek are excellent added value elements. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. To bring martial art action movie into the MCU is the priority for Marvel in Phase 4. Shang-Chi will be directed by Dustin Daniel Cretton and will hit theaters in spring 2021. Simu Liu stars as MCU's first Asian superhero and Tony Leung has been casted as the Mandarin. In the comics, Shang-Chi was son of legendary literary villain Fu Manchu. Learning the truth about his dad's business, he used his martial arts prowess against his father and any other Marvel baddie ready to battle with his mighty hands. At Comic-Con, Marvel announced the full title, the release date, replacing our guess of a Black Panther sequel. Seeded in Iron Man but never carried out to fruition as Infinity Saga took place, the Ten Rings is a crime league embedded across the world but owing allegiance to no country. The group gives Shang-Chi a nice international opponent with an established MCU footprint. Also, the Ten Rings, the Mandarin Wells, have cosmic origin which may play into the larger Phase 4 story. And we will be honest, we hope he uses them to conjure up legendary Marvel comic creature Fin Fang Foom. The Eternals. In early 2021, Marvel Studios introduces the Eternal to the MCU in a film that sees Chloe Zhao in director's chair. It will also presumably become the launch pad for more cosmic MCU in Phase 4 and beyond. The film will indeed take place after the events of Avengers Endgame and might feature Marvel's first out and proud LGBTQIA superhero. As for movie itself, it concerns an immortal alien race created by Celestials who have lived on Earth for 7,000 years and who have to reunite to do battle with their evil counterparts, the Deviants. In April 2018, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige revealed a film based on Eternals comic book and concept was in development. Based on characters and situation imagined by Jack Kirby, the Eternals are a race of fantastically powerful proto-humans injured by Celestials to harness vast amounts of cosmic energy. The film will center on an Eternal named Cersei with the powers of flight, strength, immortality and molecular manipulation. Because the Eternals and Celestials are old and powerful, the Celestials are some of the oldest creatures in the universe. They run into just about everyone. When the Kree happened to learn about the Eternals, they tried duplicating the Celestial experiment and created Inhumans on Earth. In Marvel 616 universe, Thanos is himself related to Eternals thanks to their colonization of Titan in the distant past. Meanwhile, the Celestials have already appeared in passing during both Guardians films. In the first film, one appears in the hologram during the character's explanation of the Power Stone. And in the second film, Peter Quill's father, Ego, self-identified as the Celestial. Spider-Man 3. It doesn't have a title yet, but now that Disney's brief pact with Sony is over, Spider-Man is confirmed to receive a third MCU solo film in fall 2021. Kraven the Hunter has been heavily rumored to be the villain this time out. But it will be interesting to see what ramification of Spider-Man Far From Home's wild post-credit scene end up being. We got info a few days ago that Jamie Foxx Electro from Sony's Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Benedict Cumberbatch Doctor himself will be popping up in this movie. Regardless, little is known other than the title will again feature the word home. About this follow-up to Spider-Man Far From Home. After a tense 2019 summer in which it seemed Spider-Man would bleep out of MCU again to face off against Venom, Sony Pictures and Walt Disney agreed to produce third film with Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Considering the events of Spider-Man Far From Home, we expect the film to be called Spider-Man Homesick or Homeless and see the web slinger clearing his name while evading those who would bring him in, including whichever Avengers might be active at that time. Nick Fury has big plans for Peter but will be able to set everything in motion before Sony calls him back to the Spider-Verse. Considering the film will slot into the Phase 4, one imagines it will push forward the overall storyline even as Peter clears his name. But with one additional appearance guaranteed after the third film, maybe the first Phase 5 film will revolve around his multiversal instability. Thor Love and Thunder. With Thor Love and Thunder, Asgardian Warrior become the first MCU hero to get a fourth solo movie. while it's still unknown what Thor will be doing in this movie. Love and Thunder will mark return of the Natalie Portman's Jane Foster in the MCU. Jane Foster will become female version of the Thor, while the Asgardian king Valkyrie will be on the hunt for her queen. Shortly before Comic-Con 2019, Thor Ragnarok director Taika Waititi signed on to return for fourth installment in God of Thunder franchise. Chris Hemsworth will return as Wandering Odinson, but not as the Thor. In the surprise move, Marvel revealed Natalie Portman is returning to series as the new Mighty Thor. As 2020 began, Christian Bale emerged as a potential new member of the cast. Script is still being written, but the film release has been delayed to February 2022. Since Loki will be the star of his own Disney Plus limited series before the film release, events in that series will probably determine the character's more villainous tendencies should he appear in Love and Thunder. Also, as the film will predate Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, you can expect Rocket to offer a tearful goodbye as Odinson leaves the group to deal with his loss of name and status. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. In Doctor Strange's second solo adventure, we won't see him entirely alone, as the Scarlet Witch will play a larger role in that story, the bulk of which is still being kept under the wraps. Whatever the complication may arise from the Disney Plus WandaVision, which was supposed to lead into MCU's sequel, will have to wait for a while or to discreetly insert into the likes of Spider-Man 3 or Thor 4. Benedict Cumberbatch returned as the Sorcerer Supreme, with Elizabeth Olsen joining him as Scarlet Witch. Sam Raimi's bona fide as horror director suggests the film may still have some scares, but the script is being reworked. The film, which is still away from beginning production, is now set for release in March 2022, following the multiple changes to Marvel Studios' schedule. The film will also follow upon ideas explored in WandaVision, Loki, and Spider-Man 3, making it one of the most important Phase 4 films. Phase 5 and beyond. Now, besides some announced projects, we have a few guesses to which projects may fill some of the release slots as declared by Marvel Studios. Black Panther 2. Story details are scarce this far out from its spring 2022 release. We have no idea what Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 2 will be like. Will Marvel recast and continue the story of T'Challa? Will they acknowledge Chadwick Boseman's passing from cancer and have another character like Shuri become the ruler of Wakanda? M'Baku may challenge her claim, or some outside force may try to upset the balance of power in Wakanda. Will it take place before the events of Infinity War or after the events of Endgame? Disney needs Black Panther 2. Going further ahead in Captain Marvel 2. As usual for Marvel, nothing is known for Captain Marvel's 2 plot or characters that will be in the movie. But reportedly, we will know that it will place in the present day. Again, will the second Brie Larson sci-fi fantasy take place sometime between the events of Captain Marvel and the events of Avengers Infinity War? How will WandaVision's introduction of Tiona Paris as grown-up daughter of Maria Rambeau affect who does what in the second Marvel movie? We will know when we know. Considering how vital they were to the first film, you can expect Samuel L. Jackson and Ben Mendelsohn to return as Nick Fury and Ash Talos. Considering the continued cosmic emphasis from post-Endgame, it is entirely possible that Captain Marvel 2 will follow upon Guardians of the Galaxy and the Eternals. But as Captain Marvel's story spans decades, the possibility of the story are endless. And also we are speculating that the movie will introduce us a new superhero, Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan. Sony's Spider-Verse 2. In addition to developing the story, it took several years to create the animation that was seen in the first movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and quickly become one of the most beloved superhero movies ever released. Shortly before Into the Spider-Verse hit theater, Sony Pictures confirmed a plan for producing sequel. While story details are scarce, Into the Spider-Verse set up 2 sequels that allows for Miles Morales' story to branch off in multiple directions. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2 has officially wrapped up a 2022 release date and will include addition of Japanese Spider-Man and a cat which will be pet of Miles Morales. 2022 and 2023 unassigned MCU release dates. Marvel Studios has currently booked 1 assigned MCU release date for 2022 and 4 for 2023. These are October 7, 2022 and February 17, May 5, July 28, November 3, 2023. It's unclear which film will take those slots, but some candidates from MCU development slate include Blade, Ant-Man 3 and movies involving the X-Men and Fantastic Four. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy has already had a rocky road to production, with James Gunn being fired to Disney after offensive joke he made on Twitter years earlier resurfaced. Both fans and colleagues came out fiercely in support of Gunn. The decision was ultimately made to rehire him, though not before he would be already been snapped by Warner Bros. To direct upcoming soft reboot, The Suicide Squad. Since he will be focusing on that first, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 reportedly won't start filming until February 2021, which means it will be a while before we see the team back in action. Now that Endgame has revealed the fate of Guardians through Phase 3, we can speculate widely about Volume 3. Peter Quill will search for Gamora while Rocket continues to get over the absent Odinson. There is also often delayed debut of Adam Warlock to consider. Before Gunn's temporary departure, he referred to the film as a conclusion to the story he began telling in the first installment. So it is possible that the film will have Endgame-like resolution. Is Star-Lord long for the universe? It all depends on Gunn's plan for Volume 3 if it takes place before Infinity War. While the way Volume 2 occurred shortly after the first Guardian film, it could take place not long after the death of Yondu and detail how Guardian found, stole and were awarded with the Banner. And more likely it will be set after Avengers Endgame and see the Guardians finding a new normal after the loss of Gamora and Odinson. Ant-Man 3. Disney currently has untitled Marvel movie slotted for October 7, 2022. And everyone presumes it will be Peyton Reed's third Ant-Man movie. Whenever the third Paul Rudd kid-friendly adventure opens in the theater, it will feature Jonathan Majors as the time-traveling baddie Kang the Conqueror. Picking up sometime after Endgame, Scott still needs to put his life back together. Granted, he does that constantly. This time though, he is acknowledged hero. Although we guess his relationship with daughter Cassie will be fairly different. Also hope Hank and Janet will need to adjust to life after returning from the snap. But their attempt to finding a new normal will be upset by the arrival of the Kang the Conqueror, a time traveler with a fantastic connection to the Marvel multiverse. Considering the film will be the part of MCU's Phase 5, it is difficult to forecast how it will fit into the larger scope. With Majors reportedly joining the production as Kang in September 2020, it is clear the film will introduce some aspect of Fantastic Four lore into the MCU. Blade. Feige stunned 2019 Comic-Con crowd by announcing Mahershala Ali will be the MCU's version of Blade. The Dave Walker will appear in his own film sometime during Phase 5, but specific detail about the project will likely come to the light soon. While MCU is realm of science, mysticism, cosmic entities and the traditional crime, it lacks for genuine monsters. Emerging from Marvel Comics, The Tomb of Dracula, Blade will no doubt be our guide into darker version of MCU, where one finds things that go bump in the night. Luckily, he's pretty good with sword and can vanish them with relative ease. Of course, the literal demons of Marvel Universe may present more of a challenge. The Fantastic Four. At 2019 Comic-Con, Feige merely mentioned he ran out of time to discuss the Fantastic Four or mutants. While both concepts will eventually make their way into the MCU, we expect integrating Marvel's first family with a priority, and maybe even the whole point of Phase 5. As the project is just nebulously teased concept, we are placing its release as July 28, 2023. One of the furthest out release dates Disney is currently holding for Marvel project. Fantastic Four brings with them surprisingly robust rogue gallery. To be honest, we are little more excited to see Doctor Doom, Annihilus and Galactus make their MCU introduction, rather than the Richards clan. Although Kang's involvement in Ant-Man 3 means the family will be important in MCU by 2024. At the same time, it would be also a thrill to see Baxter Building join the New York skyline. Anyway, I hope you had fun on your way to getting updated with every Marvel movie coming out from Marvel Comics in next few years. Also check out our last video of every DC movie coming out and subscribe to our channel to get notified for our next video, which will be on TV shows of DC and Marvel in development. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more videos related to comics. Connect with us on Instagram, Twitter and check out our website, links are given in the description. and see you guys next week on Unnecessary Comic Stuff.